I want to touch
Bro, like,
on
I'm glad you
Asprilla, the
mentioned
star of
that.
the
Yes.
show, because I think a couple people from England, Watford, are going to watch this, and because we're speaking English, and it's probably the only English coverage of from a Colombian perspective, only English coverage of Asprilla and his debut, international debut. Asprilla, they're saying he's going to go Udinese in Italy. They're saying he's going to stay in Envigado. There's some rumors of Cali. Um,
Tolima as well.
his situation has to be managed in a way that it doesn't happen like Marlos Moreno, where he doesn't have a spot in City and he just gets randomly loaned out to Belgium, gets randomly loaned out to the second division teams, very random, spread out in Europe.
And the reason being is because of the rules of the Premier League, right? He has to get some type of minutes. He has to get international
So on that, with his
experience.
recent call up, now he has the amount of points necessary to play in the Premier League. But from what I've seen from Pipe Sierra, one of the top journalists in Colombia, is
Shout out to
that
Pipe.
Watford wants to loan him out. Asprilla wants to stay in Envigado, where he's guaranteed the most minutes. Deportivo Cali is interested, but
Will
they
be
want him on
great.
a year. They want him for a year because Cali is playing Libertadores. So
Right.
nothing's it's not going to help them if they have Asprilla for 6 months, right? And
However, John Vasquez, he did have a knee injury this past couple of days, and they're seeing how severe that knee injury is. If
right, but the
Vasquez
problem,
goes down, there's a big probability. That's a big hole on that Yaser could take that position.
but he's not going to get the same playing time because Cali's attack is stacked, right? And they're the champions, right? They're stacked. He's not going to get the
I love
same
you saying all this, bro. This is
playing
beautiful.
time in Cali than he is in Envigado. And there's also talk about Yaser Asprilla going to Udinese because the owner of Watford, his dad is the owner of Udinese. So there's they're negotiating for him to go over there. So
And Udinese has been a bet for many Colombian players, including Juan
Yes.
Guillermo Cuadrado, who basically started his career there.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken,
Muriel?
Muriel
Didn't
also
Muriel?
played there. Yep. So it's been a good bet for Colombian players, and that could weigh in. I love Italian soccer, regardless of people knowing that the EPL and probably the Bundesliga are better quality. I grew up watching Calcio, and it's my favorite soccer. So I would love to see him there.
for you, what is the best option for Asprilla? Do you think it's Envigado? Do you think it's Cali, where he plays Libertadores, or do you think it's Udinese?
I like to see him in Udinese. Udinese does well with younger players, and they play quality defenses and really develop players well. They have a great strength and resistance program. I mean, they are a quality club in many ways. Juan Cuadrado is huge. He would be the first one to tell you how they took care of him, how they helped him, not just in his game, but taking care of his body and all this gambit of things that a club like that could offer. So I would like to see him there to continue to grow that talent. And I mean, look at this. He's one of those guys que son diferentes. They're just
Yes.
different. They're magnets to your eyes. He could touch the ball in one way or another, and he's gonna just
He
play
creates.
something different.
That's why
definitely
I
creates.
compared him to James Rodriguez, and I don't regret it because James at his age, he was un distinto. He was different. He was young. He had the combination between young and being able to play at that level. So Yaser Asprilla has heirs of that, but his situation needs to be managed. He's so young that it can't turn into a Marlos Moreno situation.
Yeah, I completely agree. I like the fact that he went in and pretty much put the team on his back, right? He took control of the game. At the beginning, you can kind of tell that the team wasn't looking to distribute the ball around him, and then eventually almost every ball went by his foot, by his feet. So that's the type of leadership that you want.
And that was because at the beginning he was playing on the wing, and then he was more central after that. And you can see, his changes of pace, the way he receives the ball under pressure. Look at this right here, under pressure, resolves, gets out of
He
pressure,
reminds me of
and releases the ball.
Cuadrado. He reminds me of a younger Cuadrado not just in the style of play, but his mentality. He's almost defiant. He's not gonna mind doing a bad pass. He's not gonna mind anything. He's gonna come at you. You see the passes without looking. You see him going at guys. For a guy that's that young and has that confidence, it's defiant. They're just one of those guys that want to go in there and make a difference, and they don't have a care in the world other than I'm gonna go ahead and make this team win, and I got various ways to do it. So,
and I completely agree, and that's a great point that you just made. Cuadrado, it's taking years and years, and he has been redefined. He redefined his game at Juventus. That's when the Cuadrado started playing better. He started being more composed. If there's people that say that, he's still moving a lot, but if you look at playing at Juventus, that's where he became more solid. We're seeing a kid that's 18 years old, composed, first time wearing la tricolor. That's a great sign for Colombia. And hopefully he stays in Cali. He plays Libertadores. We go give him minutes. We'll take care of him.
No bias there.
¿A usted cree que Teo no lo? Ay, mi hijo, Teo lo pone a jugar.
Yeah. I'm glad he's called up for the upcoming qualifiers. We said in previous episodes that I think Colombia needs they need to find confidence in their younger players, and I'm glad he's called up.
Because it's what we've been missing. We've been missing the Quinteros, the James. We need a rotation from that. We, apart from Quinteros and James, we don't have. Who do we have? Teo, and they're not calling him up. Literally.
Yeah, and I think he's a guy that could just be a difference maker, right? I mean, he's a guy that you're not gonna start him because that's not what you want to do with a guy like this.
Exactly.
But he's a guy that you need a goal, you need to make a difference, you need to bring out a spark. You bring him in late in the game. Maybe you got Munoz out right, and you drop Cuadrado back to play right back, and you give this guy an up and wing to just go at defenders, and he makes something happen, man. So I love it. I think he's a guy that will get minutes in these upcoming games.
Yeah, for sure.